Hi, good day. I'm Professor Marianne Stenbaek, McGill University in Montreal, Canada. I'm very happy to be able to present to you today a series of presentations by Inuit and non-Inuit, exploring how Inuit traditional knowledge is important today for the Inuit as well as for others, as it addresses concerns in human rights, the environment, and culture. Traditional knowledge is important for understanding the Arctic, which is rapidly assuming an increasingly important geopolitical role in today's world. Traditional knowledge is important for policy making, human rights, research, and mutual understanding, which hopefully will lead to reconciliation. I am very happy to be able to welcome presenters from the four Inuit nation states, Canada, Alaska, Russia, and Greenland. And I'm also happy to welcome my co-chair, Professor Peter Berliner from Ilisimatusafik in Greenland. We will begin today with Aaju Peter, a well-known Canadian Inuk and knowledge holder. She's also the star of the very influential film Angry Inuk. She will perform the sacred Qulliq ceremony. Aaju Peter.
Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Nunavut. It's a bright, sunny day. Thank you. This is a stone lamp called a Qulliq, and Inuit used it to keep their igloo and their dwellings warm, to melt water, to dry clothes, to cook food. And what we do, we collect moss on the tundra in the summertime. And the moss looks like this. We take the moss and we mix it with Arctic willow, which is like this. Arctic willow, it's tiny, tiny, not very big. We take the cotton off the willow and we mix the two to make the wick for the stone lamp. And when I mix it, it looks like this. So I'm going to put it on the stone lamp to light it. This lamp was made by an elder who was from Rankin Inlet. He has since passed away, but his name is Marianne. He's the one who made this lamp. Today we use the lamp not every day in our homes anymore, but we use it when we open meetings, when there's special occasions, to show respect to our heritage and to the knowledge of our people. The sun is quite bright. I don't know if you can see the flames. In the past 15 years, we have started to take back our traditional tattoos, those that I have on my face, and also the ones I have on my hands. Right here, they're supposed to look like the flame, depict the flame of the stone lamp. And the little flames that you see here are to look like little mountains in the distance. It's a song that I sing that is a traditional song sung by Elizabeth Utuba, and it talks about how the stone lamp is lacking oil because there is no game to be found, and without game, you cannot heat your dwelling, you cannot tend to the lamp, and it goes like this. Inna chusangani li samani samanya aya ya samaya Qulliq suk samini kayo sapatuk samaya samaya Dumikalugu sita vivaklugin samaya samaya Malo. Nakumik. So now we are taking back our tradition, and it ties back to the lamp, it ties back to the hunting of the seal in the seal, through the seal hole, and most everything ties back to the importance of the seal in our Inuit culture, traditional culture, and this is it for me now. Thank you.
Nakumik Aaju. Thank you so much, Aaju, and good morning again to everyone being here. We have about 475 participants, which is great. This roundtable focuses on various aspects of what is called traditional knowledge, or IQ for short. It is the knowledge that has been passed down from generations to generations of Inuit and which can touch on all aspects of their lives and culture. Sometimes it is called what Inuit always knew, and it is passed on in various ways: storytelling, knowledge sharing by elders, and so on. Through ceremonies, as Aaju just performed. Today, we're very fortunate in having some, I think, excellent, both Inuit and non-Inuit speakers who will talk about traditional knowledge and how it applies in many different ways to Inuit art, music, to the contemporary fight to safeguard the environment. Traditional knowledge is sometimes seen as decolonialization because it is knowledge based on Inuit premises and from their perspectives. It therefore serves an extra and very contemporary purpose. I'm very grateful to Provost Manfredi and Isabel Laurier, whom I have seen seen here this morning, whose exhibit on Inuit art and its relationship to Western science served as the inspiration for this roundtable. Thank you. I'm also grateful to Ilisimatusarfik, the University of Greenland, and particularly Professor Peter Berliner, who has collaborated with us and who is here today. And of course, as always, I'm grateful to my students who ask questions and thereby provide new insights. I trust that today's presentation will spark both questions and new understandings, and that hereby we can create new relationships and maybe move a step closer to reconciliation. There are now about 180,000 Inuit in 4 nation states: Canada, Russia, Greenland, Denmark, and Alaska, USA. In the last 40 years, they have managed to achieve remarkable autonomy in their regions. For example, Greenland and Nunavut each have their own governments. And here on the slide, you can see the circumpolar world. The purple at the top is Alaska, then the light blue is Canada, green is Greenland, and then we have the Russian Arctic with a number of what they call the small peoples of the north. Everywhere the Inuit have increased jurisdiction over their lives and lands, though there's still some way to go. They've also developed an increased presence on the international scene in important organizations such as the Arctic Council. And I was interested yesterday to see that the Czech Republic is actually asking to become an observer at the Arctic Council, which, well, why not? And at the UN, they also have a presence, the Inuit at the UN, where they, together with other indigenous people, established the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues in 2002, which has produced the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People in 2007. It's also called UNDRIP, and there's now some movement here in Canada to implement it fully. It speaks to the rights of all Indigenous people. Now, if you look at the map from the North Pole, instead of the usual maps that we see, which is the Mercator projections, which always has Europe and North America in the middle, because that was the worldview at the time, well, you'll see, in a sense, a different world. And you'll see that the Inuit world reaches about halfway around the globe. Surprisingly, they are the largest landholders in the world. So it's time to get started, and I trust and hope that you will enjoy the day.